stock specific reactions. As we just mentioned, the earnings season is going to take one last hurrah in today's trade. There are a slew of results that are lined up today, be it on the Nifty, be it on the broader markets as well. So a lot to talk about as we go around on the show. But with corporate conversations, then Arvind Smart Spaces is the first management on our radar today. The stock is trading lower, bucking the trend in what is an otherwise a very strong market after its fourth quarter results. Collections remained flat. Bookings have grown 18%. Now, to discuss more on this, we are now being joined by Kamal Singhal, the Managing Director and CEO of the company. Kamal, good morning. Thank you for joining in. Your bookings growth, you had earlier mentioned at the start of the year that you are going to have around about 30% growth in bookings. You finished the year at half, which is at around 15%. What has led to this, and are you expecting things to normalize in FY26? What is the bookings growth target that you have set for this year?
Yeah, very good morning. And you very rightly pointed out that the booking growth normally is supposed to be between 25 and 30%. That's what we have been always talking, achieving last few years. This year has been 15%. It is mainly on account of a couple of launches which we missed in the Q4 of last year. And this essentially means that this will be shifting to Q1 and Q2 of this year. And hence, on a long-term basis, on a block of 2 to 3 years, the growth trajectory remains the same. And on an average basis, we should be able to continue to achieve 25 to 30% growth. And this loss of a couple of hundred crores of fresh sale that we saw in the last year should be covered up in the coming year, in the current year.
Sure, Mr. Singhal. Good morning. This is Vinny joining in the conversation as well. While you said that, launches were delayed from Q4, now maybe we could see it in Q1 and Q2. So what is the outlook in terms of pre-sales growth that we have for FY26 and over the medium term as well, if you could highlight that?
Sure. Our long-term CAGR on fresh sales has been 25% thereabouts. And because we've lost some bit of it in the last year, obviously this will get pent up in the coming year. So if the growth was supposed to be around 25%, 30%, this year we're looking more like 35 to 40% growth put together within 2 years.
But what about collections, Kamal? Because your collections were flat, that you missed the 1,000 crore mark here as well. Do you expect to achieve that this time around? And if you could share what is the kind of number that you're anticipating in the ongoing quarter, considering you're almost halfway through the June quarter as well, can we expect, would it be fair to say that 10% growth in collections for FY26 is a fair assumption?
Yeah, it will be very fair assumption to make. And of course, collections are dependent upon how much we are able to launch and sell fresh. And that is expected to be getting covered up this year. And hence, there will be a healthy collection growth as well that we are expecting to see this year.
What about the launch pipeline this time around?
Our launch pipeline has been absolutely great. We are hoping to launch almost like 4,000 crore rupees of fresh projects this year. And these are very well distributed between all the three cities, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, and Mumbai put together. Mumbai will be our entry this year for sure. Yes. And all in all, 4,000 plus crore rupees will be the fresh launches this year.
Okay, 4,000 crores fresh launches. I want to specifically now just talk about the MMR region. I want to know one, you said your entry coming in, right, for this. So expansion strategy there. Any acquisitions that you may be looking at in the near term, your target in GDV as well as strategy for redevelopment in this area. So a couple of questions I'm putting in over there together, but all for the MMR region.
Sure. Mumbai is one of our important growth pillars now from here onwards. This is the third city that we want to add in our portfolio after Bangalore and Ahmedabad. We sometime back announced one big project in Pen-Khopoli area with a top line of around 30 and 50 crores. This is going to be our first weekend home project getting launched this year. Apart from that, we are very seriously looking at society redevelopment. In fact, we are very close to announcing one society redevelopment project in near future. This remains our very clear focus area. Our strategy in Mumbai has been slightly differentiated. It's going to be focusing on weekend homes and society redevelopment on the other hand. And we are hoping that at least a couple of more projects will be acquired this year in our portfolio from Mumbai.
So where is this redevelopment project? Announcement expected in Q1 itself?
Yes, it's expected to be announced in Q1, yes.
Okay, and what would be your target GDV, especially coming in for the MMR region? And also in terms of the area, if you could highlight which area are you looking at in terms of redevelopment?
So redevelopment will be all these areas which are not very high priced areas like a lakh rupee, lakh and a half rupees per square foot. We are more focused on something which is in the region of 30 to 40,000, 50,000 rupees per square foot. Your Mullans of of the world, or your Bandras and other things. So that's what we are targeting when it comes to society. And weekend homes, of course, is in the periphery of like your Mumbai 3 and areas like those.
Kamal, if I heard you correctly, you mentioned that you're planning to launch some weekend homes in Mumbai. But for an average Mumbaikar, you would wait for a weekend to get out of the city. What is the rationale behind this, if you could explain a little bit? And I'm just adding on to the on-ground demand as well. What's the current situation like this quarter, and have you seen any slowdown in terms of mid-income housing?
Sure. Coming to the first question first, about the weekend homes in Mumbai, I think Mumbai has not seen the kind of action that other cities have seen. For example, Ahmedabad has a very evolved market on weekend homes. Bangalore has caught up in a very significant way. We in fact had very interesting and successful launches in both these cities. Now we want to replicate our experience here into Mumbai market. Mumbai market is very significantly underserved on weekend homes. We sincerely believe that the kind of cramped houses and the cramped living space that Mumbai has, it needs more weekend homes which have fresh air, open areas and lawns and gardens, etc. Of course, it has to be within the limit of time that one can spend on travel. So that is more like hour and a half. That's what we are very clearly focused on. Atal Setu, for example, has opened up this avenue for us, and we are focused on that. So we are very excited. There's a lot of innovation to be brought into the market. And given the size that Mumbai is, it's very underserved. And that presents us with a huge opportunity in our understanding. We are up to it. So that's one. On the demand side, I think demand is still very healthy. Of course, it varies from micro market to micro market. For example, Bangalore will have pockets which are a little slow, and there are pockets which are doing absolutely great. So it's about choosing the micro markets correctly and smartly, and market thereafter is supporting pretty well, and the demand is still holding.
Okay. Also, what would be the range of these weekend homes in terms of the pricing? Is it going to be, the luxury side? Given that, that's going to be more space, then it's going to be expensive.
Yeah, but we are very clearly focused on upper mid and slightly below ultra luxury. So it will be more like a ticket size starting from 1.5 crores, 2 crores thereabouts, and it goes all the way up to 4 to 5 crores. So in that sense, for a weekend home, this is a price which is above mid-priced homes, but at the same time, it's pretty affordable.
Okay. And what's the update in terms of the Surat project that you had over there? Because I believe at some point of time there was some issue with the JV partner. So what is that? Has that been resolved, and when can we expect the launch?
So we are still in the process of resolving it. We are very hopeful that it should get done very soon. And Surat is something that we are very excited about entering. Hopefully, it should be getting resolved. It's a very large project. It has a very large land parcel of more than 500 vigas, which is more like a 300 acres. So it's getting resolved. It's a large one, and we are working on it.
Do you expect a resolution by the end of this quarter, Kamal?
Maybe not this quarter, but next quarter for sure. Yes.
All right, Kamal. Thank you so much for sparing time and joining us today. Wish you good luck for FY26 as a management there of Arvind Smart Spaces. An interesting insight there, looking at holiday homes in Mumbai. Of course, maybe on the outskirts, as Kamal was mentioning, around an hour and a half or 2 hours away from the city. But yeah, that is the strategy for Arvind Smart Spaces. And of course, that cramped up homes was a little personal. But we take a short break here on Trading Hour. Up next, we discuss what's buzzing in the commodity space. Manisha Gupta on the other side. Stay tuned.